In the late 1800s, Chicago was a city of ambition, industry, and rapid change. Amid the smoke and chaos of a booming metropolis, two very different men shaped history. Daniel Burnham, a visionary architect, and H.H. Holmes, one of America's first serial killers. Their stories would intersect during one of the most extraordinary events in American history, the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. This is the story of good and evil, daylight and darkness, the white city and the black. The story centers around two men who embodied opposing forces of the era. Daniel Burnham was an ambitious architect determined to build something extraordinary, a symbol of American progress and ingenuity. Meanwhile, H.H. Holmes used his charm and intelligence to conceal his dark, horrific crimes, preying on the vulnerable. Though they never truly met, both men became forever linked through the same historic event, their lives running on parallel tracks of creation and destruction. In 1893, Chicago hosted the World's Columbian Exposition, a massive World's Fair celebrating the 400th anniversary of Columbus's arrival in the Americas. It was a spectacle of epic proportions. Under Burnham's leadership, the world's greatest architects designed an entire city of dazzling white buildings, showcasing grand architecture and revolutionary engineering. It was a dreamscape built from plaster and steel. The fair was enormous, drawing 27.5 million visitors in just 6 months, which was nearly half the U.S. population at the time. It was an event that captured the imagination of the entire nation and the world. Chicago in the 1890s was booming. Thousands of trains arrived daily, bringing workers, immigrants, and wide-eyed young people hoping for opportunity and a new start. The city was a magnet, a whirlwind of energy and promise. But the same conditions that created prosperity also created chaos. Crime, accidents, disease, and poverty were common in this sprawling, anonymous environment. It was shockingly easy for people to simply disappear without a trace, swallowed by the city's immense and often indifferent machinery. Cities across America competed fiercely to host the World's Fair. New York, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis all wanted the honor and the prestige that came with it. The stakes were incredibly high, especially since the exposition needed to surpass the famous Paris World's Fair, which had just unveiled the brand new Eiffel Tower. But Chicago's leaders fought with everything they had to win the bid. When Congress finally voted, Chicago triumphed. The city now faced the enormous, almost impossible challenge of building an entire exposition city from scratch in just a few short years. Daniel Burnham worked alongside his brilliant partner, John Root. Together, they had already revolutionized architecture in Chicago, helping to develop the skyscraper using new steel frame technology that allowed buildings to reach for the sky. Their partnership was a perfect balance. Burnham focused on leadership, organization, and grand-scale planning, while Root provided the artistic vision and innovative design. This dynamic duo allowed them to attempt what many believed was impossible: building the greatest fair the world had ever seen. Burnham famously believed in ambitious vision, declaring, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood." The World's Fair became known as the White City because of its dazzling, pristine architecture and its pioneering use of electric lights, which bathed the grounds in an ethereal glow at night. It symbolized progress, innovation, and beauty, a vision of a perfect, ordered future. But hidden behind this triumph of human creativity was a much darker reality. As visitors poured into Chicago for the fair, a murderer was quietly operating in the city. H.H. Holmes used the crowds, the excitement, and the chaos to hide his horrific crimes, luring victims into his custom-built murder castle. The fair, in all its glory, would represent both the best and the worst of American ambition. The Devil in the White City tells the story of ambition, innovation, and profound darkness during one of America's most transformative moments. While Daniel Burnham worked tirelessly to create a magnificent city of light, a testament to human potential, H.H. Holmes exploited that very same city for his own sinister purposes, building a monument to human depravity. Together, their stories reveal a chilling truth: that progress and danger, creation and destruction, often grow side by side in the shadow of great events. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.